Hermes is the best AI agent in the world, but most people ignore one system that costs you more money and makes your results worse.
The first time I watched this, my AI bill suddenly made sense.
Is to stop overpaying for the wrong brain. The beautiful thing about Hermes Agent is the fact that we can use any model we want to on the planet, which is absolutely fantastic. And the core concept here that I want you to think about is you have to understand the things that the agents actually do.
He points at the screen and says, "Stop overpaying for the wrong brain." Then it clicked. Your AI can code, search the web, and remember things, but it was never built to win at every task. I'd been asking one tool to do all of it every single time.
They can code and build, tool use. So do I want to go and scrape things from the internet? Do I want to build things, connect to different softwares? The ability to go onto the web and see things and visualize things. Its reasoning ability, its ability to store memory and context, and how long can it
And what he reveals next is the fix I wish I'd known on day one.
expensive than others, and some are way more capable. And the core thing we have to do is break the duopoly of only Claude and only ChatGPT, because you're missing out too much if you're only restricted to those two models.
Then he says, break free from only Claude and only ChatGPT, and drops the line that stuck with me. Own the car, swap the engine. You build the car once and keep it, then drop in whatever brain fits the job. That one idea quietly changed how I use AI.
So think of it like this. You're going to own the car and swap the engine. This is a really good analogy. This is our beautiful Hermes, and we can drop in anything from Claude, Minimax, GLM, GPT, whatever we physically want to. And in this analogy, Hermes itself is the car. It's the wheels. It's the wiring of the dashboard that you build once and then you keep. And all we're ever going to do is basically just decide which engine do we want to drop in for each specific task that we're doing. And if you follow this process, you will get more performance per dollar of input that
And the very next thing he shows is the engine that made me a believer.
going to be talking about in this video is Minimax V3. Just to understand what this looks like, if you compare it to GPT 5.5, on the benchmarks, it is tied on coding for 4% of the price.
He pulls up a model called Minimax M3 and talks about how much power you get for the price. It can hold a giant amount of info at once, look at images and videos, and even browse the live web. I just sat there thinking, wait, this costs that little?
Imagine a model that's as capable as GPT 5.5, but is only like 1/25th of the price. For Sonnet 4.6, it basically edges it on some things. Obviously, you can check out the benchmarks, and that's 8% of the price. The model itself, and it's so easy to set up. 1 million context window. It can seize images and videos, which some
But the part that really got me was how it pulls that off.
interesting. So you may be thinking, awesome, but how is it actually achieving this result? How is it able to be this good at a certain particular price point? Well, apart from the fact that models are just evolving and better, is using something called sparse attention. So think about it from this point of view. There's an expression that says that a horse designed by committee is actually a goat.
He asks how the model stays so cheap, then explains it with a noisy meeting. Most AI lets every voice talk over each other, which is slow and wasteful. This one only lets the voices that matter speak, so it does way less work for the same answer.
In one scenario, everybody's talking to everybody. It's chaotic. It's slow. But over here, we only basically talk to the people that actually matter. Therefore, it's 20 times less work. So if you think about it from this perspective, you picture a meeting where every person talks over each other is pure chaos. M3's Minimax sparse attention only lets the people who matter speak. It's the same answer, a fraction of the noise, and 1/20th of the compute. And you can see a graph just to kind of explain
And once I understood that, his next point finally made total sense.
in other places. And then when you look at what a dollar is actually buying with a model like this, so you can see the output tokens per $1 for Minimax is really good. Remember, every model is great for one specific thing. So it's not just about committing and only ever using one model. We want to use the best model for a specific job. That's the whole thing, is that we are model.
He says every model is great at one special thing, so you should use the best one for each job. He even compares two of them and shows how one wins at certain coding tasks. That's when I realized loyalty to one AI was holding me back.
Agnostic. And only by looking at data points like this can we really start to break down these perceptions we have and get way more output out of the models that we're using. And so you can see, if you compare it to GLM 5.2, which is going super viral right now, which is, again, an awesome model. These are all great models for different things. You can see some of the differences that Minimax can natively see, browser web, and 4 times cheaper output per 1 million contacts. And GLM itself is crushing it for...
So naturally, the next thing I wanted to know was how to actually set this up
that we can tag in and use for anything that we want to. So I'm going to come over now to minimax.io, and I'm on platform.minimax.io. I'm going to grab a plan. You can do $20, $50, $120, and you can see the tokens that you get for that in terms of usage. So the $20 plan is 1.7 billion tokens, pretty much just like you would do with a Claude subscription or a ChatGPT.
He heads to the site, picks the cheapest plan, and grabs a single key. Then he just copies it, and that's basically the whole setup. No code wizardry, no scary tech stuff.
It's basically just how that all connects together. Then once you've chosen a plan that you want to, if you want to give Minimax a whirl, so you've got the token plans, which are going to be more economical, or you've got the API pricing, so you can just come down and check out what the actual pricing is for this if you just want to kind of pay as you go with the model.
Quick pause here. If what I'm sharing is making sense and you're thinking, okay, but how does this actually work in a real system? I've put together a free training that walks through the exact structure and process we use. It's not theory, it's a behind-the-scenes walkthrough of how the system is set up, how the pieces fit together, and how most of the heavy lifting is already handled, so you're not starting from zero. If you want to see how it's structured and decide for yourself if it's a good fit, the link is in the description. All right, let's jump back in.
And to grab your API key, we're just going to come down and click on this Get API Key. And then when you come down here to subscription and just literally copy this value here.
And once it's all connected, the smartest trick of the whole system kicks in.
It just is the way that it is. And just like that, it creates reminders in the exact same way. And bear in mind, guys, that Hermes agent can dynamically route your queries. So you can say to Hermes something like, hey there, I want you to create for me a system, a skill that will dynamically route my queries based on the model that I'm using. And bear in mind,
he shows how Hermes can pick the right brain for each task all on its own. You set it up once, telling it which model handles which kind of job, and then it just routes everything automatically. I remember thinking, this is the part most people never even discover.
Hermes can do this. Obviously, if you're in an agentic operating system, you can actually, and this is a really cool thing, build out specific skills with specific models. For example, you may have the philosopher for some different models. I have Orpheus here, which does deep reasoning on different topics. You can use Minimax for certain things and pre-allocate certain skills to certain models with certain objectives.
And that's the quiet little shift that turns one AI tool into a whole team working for you. Whether you like this video or not, really hit the like button. You know why? Because I gave you the exact training for free that our paid members get. This video is going to be in the members area for the paid members, and you got it for free. So yes, don't you think I deserve a like? Go ahead, like it, share with your friends and family, subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Make sure you switch on the notification bell button, and of course, ask your friends and family to subscribe and switch on the notification bell button. It's very important for us because we have a goal of getting 10,000 subscribers in next 3 months. And the only way we can do that is when you hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, do it. And for more money techniques, watch these videos and we will see you on the next one.